Space, the final frontier. This is the 2.5-year journey of the build of the Starship Enterprise. Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 83 of Building Your Own Enterprise-D. In this issue, we're going to be doing another metal piece to the saucer section and fitting some lights to it, as well as messing around with the other bits as well a little bit. So first of all, I'm going to skip ahead of the instructions. Well, I'm going to do the first bit that says bend these open at 90 degrees. Just to do that to both of these bulbs. There's one I shall be using momentarily, and another one that I shall be using even sooner, because I'm going to skip ahead of the instructions and do this bit first, because it means bringing the saucer section in a little bit later. So I'd rather do that a little bit later. We are going to use an AM screw, one of those, and one of these little brackets, and a screwdriver. How's that for a screwdriver? Is that going to be? That will be lovely. Let's move those out of the way a moment. This is fitting onto here in such a way that the wires go out sideways and the bracket goes in the top. So yeah, same as ever on these. The light goes over that bit. Screw goes down through that bit. Like that. With the wires coming out of the sides of that. So it'll be that way round. They're going to be going down that way. So let's get the wires underneath. Position that in there. Like so. And then the AM screw will go down through there, and we'll hold the bulb in the right place for when it's fitted into the frame. I can tighten it down a little bit more. So that is that. The bulb is ready and good to go to light up some more windows. So first of all, next up, I need to move that out of the way. I'm going to need that and another AM screw, not an FM, one of those, because we are going to be fitting that to the main saucer section that we have just here. Just here, look. So this is going to be fitted in exactly the same way. Still keep track of the bits. The other bits there, right? Okay. So this is going onto that bit in the same way, like that, with the bracket over the top of it. And the screw holding that down in there as well. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Not normally this tricky. I think it's just me being problematical at the moment. So that on there, and I've dropped the screw. Right, I shall come back, I'll dig the screw out, I'll get this attached up, and then we'll see about attaching the frame that we just did the bulb to. Okay, no sign of that screw, so I probably didn't drop it in it because it's not rattling when I shake it. So it's obviously down around somewhere. But I've used the spare and put that where it should be. I've also plugged it in amongst these massive wires over there. So next up, we are fitting this piece with the other bulb on, which is going, where are we going? Next to the other framework. Not over there, it is over here. Yeah, this is the top framework piece. So we need to move this tape out of the way from there. This will go in that sort of positioning. I've got another wire here that's not plugged into anything yet, so I'm just going to make sure that I'm not trapping that under anything. Make sure I can still get to that wherever that needs to plug into. The battery box I might have to move as well. I've just sort of taped it down there, but that's now going to be in the way, as is the switch. So let's get some housekeeping done. Move a couple of things out the way. Did I just put that there because that's where it looked like it would go? Yeah, it's not actually been told to attach anywhere yet, has it? So I'm just going to move that along. Where should I move it along? So I'll move it along to there. Nice and central. Now, I have been told that there are 2 battery packs for the saucer section. It seems like overkill, but there's still half of these plugs I've not plugged anything into yet. So it probably isn't overkill. We'll see how it goes. Now I need to make sure all these wires obviously don't get trapped under things and everything else. And this wire needs to plug into up the top there. Yes. The one socket that I've got left over there, that needs to go in there as well. As ever with these, there's a combination of screws. We've got an AM, some FM and BM screws to hold all that in place. So let's see. Go over that and under that bit. So I might have to loosen one of those. I might not. That seems to go under there okay. Goes under there. And then over everything else. Ending down all right. Might be that wire. Pain. What happened to the wire the other side that's much the same? I haven't got there yet. That's interesting. Okay. Does it say anything to double check about that wire? It doesn't. It doesn't really show it at all. It's all just underneath. So yeah. Right. This is. Yeah, it's not actually going anywhere yet, is it? So it is somewhat tricky. Let's see if I can't poke that ridge a little bit, get it a bit more out of the way. Yeah, I'm going to loosen up a couple of these screws. I'll get these all attached and we'll see what it looks like, and then we'll get on to the next bit. It's basically just getting things lined up, which is moderately tricky at the best of times. While filming it, it's not the best of times. So let me see how that's going to work. And there we have it. That is, in fact, the last part to do on this stage. I thought there was another thing to do, but there isn't. So that is now all attached in there. And if I can find, amongst the mass of wiring, the switch, we've got even more lights going on. The new 2, as well as all the others, obviously still on. And still doing the flashy things at the edges. Look. So yeah, all good so far, so good. I'm happy with how it's coming along. It's getting a little bit trickier now. A lot of the wiring is a bit of a pain, but we're closing in on this important section here where it's going to connect up. I'm interested to see how all that is going to work. So yeah, that's that for now. Thank you very much for joining me. I shall see you soon for the next part, and thanks for watching. Stay safe. Bye bye for now.